Pour yourself a pint, cozy up, and get ready for another episode of Beer, Bros, and BS.
This is Jay Muse.
This is Eddie McClintock from Warehouse 13.
Hey, this is Brian Holler. This is Brett Dahl.
Hey, this is Eddie Trunk, and you're listening to Beer Bros and BS.
Beers Bros BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
You should be listening to Beer Bros and BS every day, every minute for the rest of your lives.
Snooch to the nooch!
Welcome to episode 89 of Beer Bros and BS. This is going to happen at any time. I guess it's going to happen tonight.
Now is as good a time as any.
I'm Dave the Big Librarian.
JJ the Metal Chef.
This is Tony, the craft beer gooner.
Dan 12con. Psych! It's Alex, the Cave Alapata.
And JC Can, visiting. Guest Mike.
Into the mic a little bit more.
JC Can, visiting.
JC,
Yeah.
What does JC stand for?
JC Ken what?
Just cock.
Just cock.
I feed it to you all night long.
You know what? So welcome to the show.
Welcome.
On the yellow mic.
Dan's dirty Mike.
Extra dirty.
So whenever somebody comes on the show, we always ask them a few questions. First question, who would win in a fight? Iron Man or Captain America?
I'm going with Iron Man.
Okay. Yeah. Like the majority of everybody else.
Except for Scott.
Yeah. Okay, so if you were on a deserted island and you could take one beer with you, you had proper refrigeration, you had food, you had supplies, proper glassware, what would be the one beer you'd have with you for that year?
For a year. I don't know. That's an interesting question. There's a lot of good beer out there.
It doesn't have to be good beer.
Well, no. If it's going to have to drink it for a year, I want it to be good beer. I don't know. Take something. Let's go Miami. I'll go Mega or Neon.
Okay.
Nice. Good choice.
So then what would be your favorite style of beer overall?
Definitely IPA.
Okay.
IPAs ends up being the answer.
Or if we want to be broad, I'll just say an ale. But, you know.
No, that works.
Yeah, that's my favorite style.
A fermented drink.
Fermented drink.
I like beer.
So before we get started anymore, we're going to have a blind man, Tony, go ahead and let everybody know what we're going to be drinking tonight.
Yeah, so I had scheduled an appointment to visit my ophthalmologist some weeks ago without realizing it was going to fall the same day as a podcast. So right now my eyes are all fully dilated and everything looks like Cyrillic alphabet characters. But since Jose's not here, I'm going to try to read the beer bottles with.
I'm going to hold them. I'm going to hold the bottles and you're going to read them, Tony.
No, that's not.
Try.
This one is called Qualified, and it is by a brewery that I cannot read. It's a Taxman Brewing Company.
Very good, Tony.
All right.
Yeah.
My eyesight's coming back.
They're from somewhere in the United States or elsewhere.
We'll cover that once we drink that beer.
This one is Logsdon Farmhouse Ales.
What is it really?
That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
And it's Racowboy. Is that what it says?
Yep.
Oh,
Very good.
all right, Racowboy, which is a beer with stuff in it.
All right.
Then next up, we've got a crowler of more
More pee.
PGC.
More pee? Less
Fruited PGC. Fruit ale.
From Moore Brewing Company. Let's not slaughter the poor breweries.
This one is Troll So Hard. I can read this. It's nice big letters.
Where is it from?
That's from Jake Winwood Brewing.
Jake Warfield.
This one I brought, so I know what it is. It's a long time coming from Torn Label Brewing out of Kansas City.
Nice.
And finally, also in nice big letters, is KBS from Founders.
Oh, you read it all the way from across on the eye chart. Good job.
Yeah, it's like the top row there.
So who brought the first beer?
I brought the first beer.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about it?
I have no idea. Somebody left it in my house. So I figured I'd share it with the rest of you.
Oh, then read off the label and tell us about it.
Well, again, it's Taxman Brewing Company. and qualified. It's a Belgian-style quadruple ale, bottle conditioned. See if they got an ABV on here. Yes, they do. It's a 9.5. Very nice.
Ding animals.
You guys remember when we used to explain things like bottle condition?
We've come such a long way.
Yeah.
It says deep notes of raisin, plum, and caramel, enhanced by dynamic Belgian esters.
Oh, very sexy.
Well, you have to say esters sexy. It's esters.
Sexters.
So sexy. So
You
sexy.
also get some banana in it.
Yeah, those are probably the yeast esters. Yeah.
Yeah. Typical quad color, light brown. Very nice.
Yeah, the esters give it just like a little sharpness in the end, but I do get the caramel.
Definitely
It's
the caramel.
got a lot of caramel hard candy taste.
Yeah, this is a little bit more on the sweeter side compared to some of the other quads we've had on the show. You don't get the real strong boozy taste to it. I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice. If there can be such thing as a sessionable quad, this would be it.
Would you really consider
I wouldn't call that
something
sessionable.
9.5% sessionable?
Is where's this brewery from?
Let's find out.
Oh, let's see.
No dead air.
Indiana.
Yeah, but I'm trying.
Somewhere in
Bargersville. Bargersville.
Bargersville.
Yep.
Right next to Burgersville.
The great state of Indiana. So let me ask you guys, would you rather have X-ray vision, 360 vision, or night vision?
Well, Tony could go for any vision right now.
X-ray.
Why?
I'd rather be able to see past things than to see behind me or at night. I have a flashlight on my cell phone. I don't need night vision.
You have a flashlight?
I have a flashlight on my phone.
Nice. Very handy.
It's a good attachment.
Never alone. And you have a flashlight on your phone.
You often keep it on vibrate, I assume, huh?
I'll also go X-ray. So then I can
Sex-ray.
Sex-ray, and then I can go to card games and cheat and fucking see what cards.
I'm sure they
Now,
would
hold
probably
on.
catch on to that pretty
Well,
quick.
hold on.
Well, I wouldn't
If
just
you have
say it the same
If you have
fucking table.
X-ray vision,
You'd be like number 2.
I don't think that means you get to see what's on the other side of a card.
You'd probably see through the
You
table.
see through you see through the card. How can you see what's printed on it?
I don't know. I can hone in my skills and master them. I don't fucking know.
Well, yeah. I mean, what type of X-ray vision are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like cartoon style? Like when I'm looking through a wall, I see people
Yeah.
behind it, but as skeletons?
As like little
are they
white
skeletons,
outlines.
or do I get to see them how they are? I mean, yeah, that's, I don't know.
How many levels of
Well, no, like
X-ray?
Is it Austin
wouldn't
Powers
it be
X-ray?
like in the X-ray spectrum, right? Like so you would see it in like
Like a heat signature,
right?
I'd rather see, I don't know, personally, I'd rather have night vision. See things in infrared.
Like the Predator.
Predator.
You can see fucking, more lights in the sky and shit
Yeah,
like
but
that.
then somebody would just put mud on themselves and hide from you.
I'll just flash a flashlight at them and you'll be blinded.
You can still see. With night vision goggles, if someone shines a regular light, you can still see
Be
perfect.
like
the newer
Archer.
ones,
Like,
yes.
God damn it.
Show them your flashlight.
Well, no, night vision is different from infrared.
Well,
Infrared's
okay.
reading a heat signature, while night vision is amplifying the amount of visible.
Yeah, and like Splinter Cell, like the green.
I have night vision goggles. Well, the cheap ones there's just an infrared detector, and there's just an infrared light on top of it.
Well, I
Because
think
when it's on, you can't
There's
see it.
different. There are definitely
So
different
I think I
levels,
would go with
so
360 vision, right? That way no one can sneak up on you.
That happens to you a lot?
No, but
It's still better than no vision.
Especially right now, yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Would you rather have $50 million or the superpower of your choice, excluding any direct money-making powers?
Oh, you got me.
that was very Dave Chappelle.
Say it again?
Oh, they got me.
Would you rather have $50 million or the superpower of your choice, excluding any direct money-making superpowers?
So, I mean, telling the future is not explicitly money making.
No,
but
it's
I could definitely use
Be a
it
head,
to-
work on a hedge fund or some shit like that.
Yeah, so I would do the superpower.
Or you could be super strong.
of knowing the future.
You could have super jump.
Yeah, you can
You could be dunking those balls if you could see them.
You can be MODOK, be super intelligent, fucking make a
You'd be
bazillion dollars
Usain
like that.
Bolt. You'd be super fast.
So you can be famous as well. That's pretty good.
I'm going to take the 50 million.
All right.
Okay.
That's a lot of fleshlights.
Just invest it wisely. And, technology is catching up with
It's
everything.
not my topic, but in I think it was in Chile, there was a guy who brought in. There was some ad that you could buy a Motorola phone for however many 100 pesos, or 59 kilos of avocados. And the guy brought in the sacks of avocados and got his fucking 59 kilos of worth of avocados. And they're out of season there, so.
Oh, well.
Rich in many ways.
Yep.
Would you rather have the power to control light or have the power to control sound?
Light.
Light would be good, because if it was dark, then you could summon light, and then you could see.
And then you could always say, "Let there be light,"
And you'd be like, Aziz, light!
or that.
You could blind people.
But if you had power of sound,
Or.
you could, knock people out.
Illuminate.
You can also blind people with light, though.
You can blind them. You could
But you
burn
could go.
them.
You go.
You could
Or,
burn them with light.
or
Right.
I mean,
I'm okay.
you could hit them with like a super intense tanning light.
But you can't, you can still get louder. You put your fingers in your ears. Can't do anything about that. You still get it louder. Get to the point where was it the army was trying something
what I would
Panama
with
against
sound waves to like make people
Yeah,
shit.
you could do that.
To
Yeah,
make people
focus. Yeah, no, it makes
Oh,
it,
the
it
brown
makes you
note?
nauseous. It makes you
No, I was
nauseous.
just
the
thinking
brown
about when
note.
they did it to Noriega in Panama to get him out and all the heavy metal.
You know what? No,
that
I
didn't
would
work,
go.
by the
I would
way.
go with sound, so I could mute Pitbull forever.
Had a feeling that was coming.
Dale. Would you rather win a Nobel Prize or an Olympic event?
Nobel Prize.
Nobel Prize.
A Nobel event and an Olympic prize.
Do you get to pick the
Nobel Prize
and
for
or
Olympic
event?
sports.
No, you can pick whatever
Definitely
you
Nobel.
want. Long jump, Tony.
I would love to be part of the gold medal winning men's Olympic basketball team. That's a personal
That'd be cool, right?
non-attainable aspiration of
So
mine.
it's like LeBron, Curry, Durant, Clay, and you.
and me, yeah.
And the king of Alapad. The warden of Winwood with the Sultan of Swat. Would you rather sleep in an ice-cold room with a blanket or sleep in a hot room with no blanket? I don't know why I asked this
Ice-cold
question.
room with a blanket.
Room with a blanket,
I don't know.
Cold.
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
how I sleep every night today. So
Would you rather have a hairy tongue or have to carry around a vacuum cleaner wherever you go?
Hairy. No, I don't know, man. Hairy tongue, I guess. Yeah, hairy tongue. I'm gonna do the hairy tongue.
I'm going with a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, I would choke. You would choke on your own hairs.
You could
get hair in your throat.
You could.
Well, I'm imagining like a little
Cat all the
dolphin
time,
hairs.
you're like a hairball all the time. Like,
Yeah.
Shave your tongue. Is this like a real thing? Like, do people really have hairy tongues?
I think you got it from.
Look it up and let us know.
Lengua.
Write to us on Twitter at BeerBrosBS.
what's the other one? You just always have a vacuum cleaner.
You
with
have to carry a vacuum cleaner with you.
Is
Can
it
you-
a portable? Is it
Yeah,
a
we'll
full
take a little dust
size?
buster,
Oh.
man, with a strap on it.
So,
just strap it
yeah,
on.
can it be like a small-
Yes.
with a strap
But
on
you-
the backpack.
What kind of fantasies are these?
Yeah.
Covered
I mean,
over with my vacuum and my strap
JC,
on.
that sounds a little dangerous. To use the corner attachment. Ow.
Okay.
the Electrolux.
And then really awkward silence. Would you rather have your house go zero gravity for 10 minutes every day or for 1 year in every 5 years?
A whole year every 5 years, or
Or 10 minutes a day?
10 minutes a day.
10 minutes a day, no gravity.
Yeah. You don't know when it's going to happen random.
Just glue everything shit down. Everything's bolted down, and
Yeah, exactly.
Add the roof.
Because I was thinking, like, oh shit, all my stuff would break. But
Well, just because there's no gravity doesn't mean that you're gonna just start floating. You have to push yourself.
Yes.
Right.
But remember, electricity
You know
does
what'd be
call-
really fun is like, well, it would probably suck, but imagine if you're taking a shit when that zero gravity hits. you fart.
And the kids are courtside.
We have liftoff.
Smash your head on the roof.
That's when those
Jet propulsion.
that's when your Olympic NBA skills will pay off.
Get it.
Yeah.
see,
Get it in the hole.
Elon Musk thought he was the first Rocketeer. It'd be you.
Would you rather have everything cost $10 no matter what the item is, or have everything cost 1 cent more each time you buy an item, with the first item starting at 1 cent.
Everything $10 always. I'd love to live in a $10 world.
That'd be fucking amazing.
So a gallon of gas is $10, but also a car is $10. You know, this economy wouldn't work. This economy wouldn't work.
Is it only $10 for you or for everyone?
For you.
Okay.
Or your house costs 1 cent.
Wait. So it starts at 1 cent, and every time you buy
another one.
I thought that it was the price plus a penny.
No. It starts at 1
cent.
The price starts at 1 cent.
So the things that you buy all the time, like milk, are going to be impossibly expensive.
Yes.
Oh man,
You have to have people buy it for you.
You're going to have to buy a lot of houses and sell them to afford your milk.
Yeah.
Rent them out. You know?
So you have a steady income.
No. You got to flip them because one of these days that gallon of milk is going to cost you $300,000. You need a flip for that gallon of milk.
Or you expand the thought, though, and you don't buy stuff, you barter. And therefore,
somebody's
circumvent that.
Somebody's a prepper.
Yeah, hey.
Would you rather be the world's best?
I would do everything $10 just to avoid that whole fiasco.
Would you rather be the world's best magician or the world's best comedian?
Best comedian.
I'm going comedian as well.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not far from that as it is. So
the king of puns.
He's the pun king.
Big pun.
Yeah.
Now it's dead.
What about you, Alex?
I tried.
What were my options? Comedian or magician?
Yeah.
Actually, I've always wanted to be a comedian, so I'm gonna do the magician.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's what a comedian would say.
That's what Dan would pick. He would pick fucking magician. He loves that shit.
Being a magician would be so.
He already did
Doesn't
a
matter if
disappearing
you're the best fucking magician.
I would choose magician.
Really?
Yeah, I still buy things.
Look at him. Librarian, it's not that far off from magician. You know he'd show up to work in a cape if he could.
How do you know I don't?
Like, what's stopping you?
Well, because I haven't seen you in the cape yet, so.
Hey, shit! It works for fucking Lando.
Would you? Okay, so this next question.
Spoiler alert, JJ.
That Lando wears capes? How's that a fucking spoiler?
Some of us haven't seen the movie yet.
Some of us haven't
You haven't seen Empire?
From Empire Strikes Back.
Not everybody's caught up on 1980 cinema, JJ.
Spoiler alert: Darth Vader's
Well,
Luke's father.
in his defense, he didn't say what color it was.
You son of a bitch.
So this next question is directed only for JJ and JC.
Jays.
It's a J thing. Oh.
Jose,
Going down just cock.
Jose would be here too. You know, he could answer this question. Would you rather have free massages or free haircuts for life?
Massages.
Oh, I see why. There's nothing to do with Jay's.
God damn.
Free massages or free haircuts?
Yeah.
For life?
For life.
Fucking massage.
Yeah, you can get free massages like every day.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah,
fucking happy ending.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, you guys would get that often haircuts though. So
Yeah, look at this shit. Fucking my shit.
Yeah, but how often do you need a haircut? But if you get a massage like every day,
at least once, if I could, every 5 days.
I remember.
I hate haircuts.
I told somebody, I'm like,
I have no
massages
problem.
are great. And they told me, they're like, but massages aren't necessary. And I go, well, you sound like somebody who doesn't get massages.
Yeah.
It's true.
Wait, butt massages?
What?
You said butt massage.
No, you sound like somebody who doesn't get massages.
Not anymore.
you sound like somebody who doesn't get butt massages.
I don't get a butt massage.
You should.
Oh, okay.
All right, got two more guys. Would you rather take an uppercut from Mike Tyson in his prime, or a right hook from Conor McGregor for $1 million?
So the Mike Tyson one, I don't get paid, and the McGregor one, I get paid.
No. You get $1 million for taking it.
Either one.
Would you rather take an uppercut from Tyson in his prime, or a right hook from Conor?
A hook from McGregor.
I think I go with McGregor also.
I agree. He's the smaller one. I would probably die either way.
Well, I'm going to agree to go with Connor as well, because otherwise those teeth are going to be getting plucked out of my brain.
No, you could wear a mouth
fucking
guard. Doesn't
prime,
matter.
fucking Mike Tyson. No, you'd fucking break my neck.
Yeah, I don't know if they can put my jaw back together.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't be able to suck all that cock.
Yeah,
He's throwing a
What
lot
are you
of
talking
rocks
about?
out
If
here.
I didn't have a jaw, I'd be better
at
off,
it.
wouldn't it?
That's true.
You sound like a guy who's never had
Straight
dick
for the
sucked.
throat. Straight for the throat.
You can bring your vacuum cleaner.
And so for our final, would you rather, going to get a little serious for this one. Would you rather your dick, fingers, and toes all grow 4 inches, or they lose 1/3 of their length?
I mean, yeah, no, they're gonna grow. I'd rather have them grow than lose anything.
Yeah.
4
I
inches.
wouldn't
though?
even have fingers or toes if I lost that much.
How much are we losing? Because I don't know about.
You're losing 1/3 of their size.
Oh, 1/3 of their size.
Oh, Jesus. God, no.
I don't know, man. Like, that's
So-
weird
so-
hands,
so,
bro.
JJ,
I don't want to have weird hands.
So you look at your finger, and you're gonna take off from the knuckle there.
Oh, man, that's,
Yeah. Dude, look how small my fingers are, bro. I wouldn't have shit.
I'm not
I
gonna
was just
have
worried
weird
how.
hands. It's like a baby hand.
We're calling Deadpool hands from now on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to add 4 inches.
Yeah.
But your arms and your hands still stay the same size. Just your fingers get longer, toes and.
Girls
I
aren't.
don't know.
The ladies aren't complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look like a fucking great alien fucking every fucking
The odd part is going to be how you adjust to walking with 4-inch longer toes.
Good luck finding shoes. It's already a bitch.
I'll be all right.
You get custom.
And that brings us to our second beer of the night.
With my $50 million.
Second beer of the night. And this is the Logsdon Farmhouse Ales Rakuyu Boy. Is a
cow.
Rakau. I'd like saying Rakuyu.
Okay, Jose.
Rakau. This Method Man beer is a wet beer. A wet beer. Brewed with coriander and the Rakau hops. It is 7%. It is from unknown origins. As I poured one for the blind man.
Thank you.
You're welcome, blind man.
They're from Oregon.
They are from Oregon. Hood River, Oregon. So, it's unfiltered strong wit beer with coriander and a healthy dose of late addition of the cacao hops from New Zealand. Aromas of citrus and bubblegum complement a mouth fill. A smooth mouth fill. There you go. What do you guys think?
Yeah, definitely tons of bubblegum. A little citrus.
Nice,
on the
it's
nose.
light.
I figure it's the first day of summer. This is not the first day of summer, but it's hot as fuck.
Summer's in a few days.
Oh, well, it already
weeks.
feels like the first day of summer.
Hot as vagina. I'm gonna start saying that now. Tired of saying hot as balls. I'm gonna say hot as vagina from now on.
Okay.
I like it. I approve this message.
Works.
Is that your new
Equal
campaign
opportunity.
slogan?
I like that.
Yeah, hot as vagina. It's hot as vagina in here.
So nice, light yellow color. Medium carbonation.
Okay, JJ, you got a topic
How
for
does
us?
a vagina sitting on a cycle?
Yep. Anyway, so special just for Alex returning. E3 is this weekend. Much rejoicing for all the nerds. Exactly. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of what we should be.
Not quick enough.
You're gonna have to suffer, motherfucker. Anyway, so I just go in order of the conferences from the big three. Do we have the cricket soundboard? No, there's no cricket soundboard? Oh, okay. All right, well, I'll go ahead and tell you anyway, and you can all take a nap. So, first up, we got Microsoft.
Go, JJ, go, come on.
Yeah, don't turn down my microphone. Fuck you. Anyway, so Microsoft, don't know what we're getting. It's the first ever 2-hour press conference, so they need to play catch-up. Should be some good shit on there. Rumors of the next Halo coming. For Sony, they're going to do the big 4, which is going to be Spider-Man, Death Stranded. I'm drawing a blank. It's Last of Us 2, and a 4th one that I can't name. Fuck me.
I'm glad you wrote it down and you were prepared for the podcast.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's because he's rushing me.
Ah.
And Jose is here and ruining the show.
We must let everyone know that this music is not endorsed nor sponsored by the show.
No.
Let's keep talking.
Background music. And so anyway, and then Nintendo has Smash Bros., but other third-party things that are going around. We got the new Star Wars games that are going to be announced. Possibly the Mandalorian Wars is the big rumor from Respawn Entertainment, who do Titanfall. So that should be really awesome. Possibly BioWare new Star Wars game. I know, Tony, that makes the dingus go up a little bit. We also have Anthem again from BioWare, which was a lot of people's game of the show from last year, so more in depth this year. Lots of rumors going around. We got Splinter Cell possibly returning. New Mortal Kombat 11. I don't know. Bunch of cool shit.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yep, Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out this year. Yeah, so it's going to be a good year. There's no hardware reveals this time. It's all about video games.
Oh, and here to upstage JJ.
And his Karate Gi.
Is Hose B.
Hose B is here in Karate Gi. I like it. Just in time for the E3 topic.
Oh, look at him banging his gong.
So, anyway, I don't know if there's any games that you get, any games you guys are looking forward to or anything like that. Jose?
I don't play no games.
Yeah, I know that, Alex.
I know you're bringing out that
Fortnite
that,
on the Switch.
but we also
That'd be dope.
you also brought that beer too.
No, they accidentally leaked it.
Oh, okay. Makes
No,
sense.
I'm saying that beer.
Troll So Hard is supposed to be
yes,
you.
that's your contribution.
Oh,
Unless you want to do Slumpy, I'm down with Slumpy.
That's fine with me too.
Okay, so welcome back to the show, Jose.
Yep, welcome back. So I was just asking everybody if they have any games that they're really looking forward to. Which conference, seems
Jose.
most exciting.
already said Fortnite, even though I don't have the
Switch.
console.
Nothing for
Switch.
Microsoft since you have an Xbox.
Not really.
Are you planning on getting a Switch?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. No, just online gaming, going back into Path of Exile, like free to play.
So that bottle that you brought us is no longer here.
Segue.
Tony?
Like you
Nothing?
didn't miss a step. You just whoop.
Tony owns a PlayStation 4 now.
Stood right into it.
I do. My Xbox One died, so I'm down to just a PS4. I just finished God of War.
Don't be a PS whore.
I'll try not to.
What? No console wars on Babe Rose, yes.
JK, you could be a console whore.
What are you talking about? Of course, this is the Xbox One friendly podcast.
Console
Yeah,
friendly.
I mean, I guess the Spider-Man game looks pretty awesome.
Console friendly.
I like it. Yeah, you can listen to Babe Rose BS on all your favorite video game consoles now.
Oh, that's right.
Including and featuring Xbox One.
I forgot about one of the games, Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, the remake?
Oh, is that finally coming out?
Yeah, it's supposed to be finally coming out.
Yeah, it's been
Keyword supposed to be
15 years in the making. A lot of people are excited for Cyberpunk. That's from the Witcher 3 people, sci-fi RPG. So a lot of people are yepping about that one. Lots of price drops. All the consoles are real cheap, so if you want to jump in on it, you can get pretty much any of the systems out for $199. So hot deals.
And that's bringing us to our third beer of the show.
No, that was the third beer of the show.
No, it was the second.
Third beer of the show is a fruit ale from More Brewing Company. It's called Fruited. That's the name of their series, FROOTED. This one is Fruited PGC, which is passion fruit, guava, and citra hops. The ale comes in at about 4% alcohol. This crowler was sealed on 5/27. Very, very fruit forward. Not unlike the juice crowlers from The Answer. However, I do think that they.
Ooh, this smells great.
Yeah, it smells like straight juice. However, this isn't really a tart base.
Palacio de Fruta.
Yeah, I think it's just a regular pale ale base, and then they just heavily fruit it. Because it's not exactly tart. Any tartness you're picking up is probably from the passion fruit itself. I don't think this is a sour beer.
I would say definitely not.
It tastes like orange juice.
It's fantastic. I love it.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's so More Brewing is in Villa Park, Chicago. I was recently traveling through the Midwest over Memorial Day weekend. Villa Park is about 40 minutes outside of the city. They were in the news for their barrel-aged henna release that they did a few weeks ago. They're about 10 miles south of Microphone Brewing, which is another brewery that I got to visit. This was actually a really exciting trip because I got to visit Wisconsin. And in Wisconsin, I went to New Glarus and I also went to Funk Factory. And then in Chicago, I went to Lagunitas. And then outside of Chicago, I went to Moore and Microphone. So I thought it was awesome to see what a huge craft brewery looks like, New Glarus. Just for perspective, they do about 230,000 barrels annually.
Holy shit!
We went there first, so I thought that was really cool. And then we went to Funk Factory, which is another really small brewery in Madison, about 30 minutes north of New Glarus. Went to Lagunitas, and then Lagunitas, for some more perspective, they do 2 million barrels annually.
Oh,
fuck.
Anheuser-Busch InBev does 200 million. So it was, and then we went to see these other smaller breweries that really do these small batch, they're artisan, very handcrafted. Everything's done by hand, super small scale. Those breweries probably do in the neighborhood of 4,000, 5,000 barrels annually. So it was really interesting to see like what a big craft brewery looks like, what it looks like when a brewery sells out, and then also just like what the artisans, the ones that are pushing the craft forward, who are being innovative and experimental, who can afford to be innovative and experimental because they're working on such a small scale. So it was really cool to experience all of that. So it really gives you a really good perspective because people like to lump craft all together, but these breweries were all very disparate. Like they were just you're looking at Lagunitas is taking a bite out of Anheuser-Busch's business, and then you have somebody like New Glarus who is probably taking a bite out of Lagunitas' business. Although a really interesting fact about New Glarus is that they're solely distributed within the state of Wisconsin. You can't get them outside of Wisconsin. Their slogan is "Drink Indigenous." They have a fantastic lager called "Let's Get Naked." It's great.
Nice.
And Spotted Cow.
Yeah, Spotted Cow is one of their top sellers.
Yeah, we featured some New Glarus on previous episodes.
Yeah,
please listen.
I
Please enjoy.
brought one of their R&D bottles back that I'll probably have on the show soon. Yeah, they're great stuff. We've had a few of their bottles on the show. They're really good. I enjoy their stuff. So it was great to see it. It's like an 80-barrel brew house. They imported it from Germany, or at least the shell. They have the copper shell, and then they refurbished the inside. Stainless steel, all that other good modern stuff. It was super cool. It was super cool to see all that.
I'm dying to go to Wisconsin. That's like.
Did you go to the Fruit Cave?
No, I didn't get a chance to go to the Fruit Cave. I wanted to. New Glarus is on a beautiful, sprawling campus, though. I don't know, acres and acres. It's set up to look like a small European town. It's pretty cool. I liked it.
I want to go there. It sounds like a strange trip to be like, oh, I want to go to Wisconsin, but there's so much fucking great beer out there, and
absolutely,
it's like the capital of like all the most water parks in the world because of the Dells, Wisconsin Dells.
Really cool was going to Lagunitas. That was the fourth time I go there in 3 years. So I've actually been able to witness that facility grow by leaps and bounds. And it's impressive. Every time I go back, they have about, it looks like they add 30% more tanks every time I go back. Their barrel aging program has grown by leaps and bounds. It's huge, hundreds and hundreds of barrels. Their sour barrel program has also grown a lot. They have 8 fooders there. It's just a huge facility running nonstop. It's run like a macro brewery. They have their bottling line running all the time. They have people come in and do their their 6-hour shift on the bottling line. Bottling line's running while they're brewing something to fill another tank. I mean, it's just constantly liquid is moving in that place. It's
nice.
It's something to see. Something to see. I highly recommend you go and check it out. It's huge. 7 acres under one roof at Lagunitas. Under a roof. Yeah, larger than Soldier Field.
Wow. Holy shit.
That's the Heineken money.
Man, I like it. Beer Bros investigation segment on the beer in the world.
The field piece. Our field reporter, Reyes.
I like it. Besides this more, which is incredible. Any other favorites?
It's really damn good.
Yeah, so More Brewing
brunch.
was great. I really enjoyed Microphone, of course. Mike and the guys there are great. They do awesome stuff. Really funny was that Mike actually flew to Miami for a Bottlemania Union while I was in Chicago. So he was at the airport. Funny we didn't cross paths. But I did end up catching him back at the brewery on Tuesday when he was working on the collab with us that we have coming up. Crazy beer. We're going to be canning it, I believe, next week. So keep an eye out for that.
Yep, for the new listeners. He's
And
talking about Wakefield.
That's right, JWB.
Awesome, man. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, man. Love the More, love the Microphone, love New Glarus. All super dope.
What was your
Funk
favorite
Factory
spot?
is also really cool. They do like uses and stuff like that.
Like lambic style.
Yeah, lambic style stuff. Yeah, a lot of blending, a lot of barrel aging. It's cool.
Do you want to talk about your Central Florida trip?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, not as exciting, but I got to go around Orlando and St. Pete, and I have to admit that Orlando is absolutely charming. I was actually taken aback by how much I like the city. Tons of parks, great public transportation, a lot of really cool bars, and there's actually a really good brewery there to be on the lookout for, Ellipsis Brewing. I had Citra U Not, which was one of their hop series they canned. It was absolutely fantastic, Northeast style IPA.
Where in the city is that located?
It's on the east side of Orlando, by downtown Orlando. I was staying in Winter Park. Winter Park. So I was like 20 minutes outside the city or whatever. And they were on the other side of the city. But yeah, Ellipsis Brewing out of Orlando, definitely got to check them out. And then in St. Pete, got to hang out at Hawthorne Bottle Shop. Very cool spot. Nice. They do wine, they do beer, they do really good beer. Great folks. We do an exclusive for them, Frank White, which is a pineapple infused Northeast style IPA. Also got to hang out at Stein and Vine in Tampa. Really, really cool spot. The food menu is always changing. Really great rotating draft list. And and I got to visit Angry Chair for the first time. Went into their tap room. Very cool tap room.
That's my second home. Love it.
Yeah, really cool spot. And great people there at Angry Chair also.
The beer's pretty good too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Did they still have Fudge Bucket on tap?
They had Fudge Bucket when I went. They also had Yellow Puffs. They had Rainbow Sherbet. Yeah. They had that Bukkake Takasi.
Yeah, the one that
was like sploosh.
Yeah.
You guys love Bukkake.
Careful, JJ gets excited when you start talking about that.
Yeah. So we were there roughly.
Oh man, I also I took a moment to go to the Dali Museum. That was fucking dope.
That's great. The new one's beautiful, and I don't know if you ever made it to the old one. It was also impressive, but the new one is a beautiful,
incredible. Yeah. Highly recommend it if you're in that area.
And that brings us to our fourth beer of the night.
Got it right. Troll So Hard.
Brought to us by Jose.
Wait, mine's is this one.
Then don't open the troll.
All right. Yeah. That was close.
The Plumpy.
Okay.
So, wow, Jose, a live opening.
Undo. All right, so we're not drinking Troll So Hard then, evidently?
Aww.
We're having whatever that is?
The Plumpy from 1840.
Man, that's old.
Jose, do you know anything about it while I'm pouring it?
Yes, it's from the 1840s brewing in Milwaukee. It's their wild ale kettle sour program that they have. It's with guava.
Wild ale kettle sour program.
Not guava. It's mango, passion fruit, and lactose.
Huh. That's really good.
What else do you think about it, Tony?
It's plumpy.
Like color? Like yellow?
Yeah, so to be able to get this on tap at the brewery, you have to be signed up for a membership that runs for every week of the week. So you can either pick
every day of the week.
Well, you could do every day, but I wouldn't suggest it. But you could do Sunday, Saturday, or a combination of both. Wednesday, Tuesdays. So you buy into the membership. Choice. Yeah, it's your choice of when do you want to go into the brewery and have the membership taps on there.
Okay, so in other words, they have 7 different clubs.
Right.
And you can,
You're either Monday club or Tuesday club.
You just get a membership to whatever.
So you could have a Wednesday club?
Week, and that's when you
or
can
a Thursday
have
club?
beers.
You could.
What about a Friday club?
I think so.
Saturday?
If you want to be crazy.
Stop.
And that's our newest member of the Beer Bros.
Yeah, I brought my dog along.
Kenobi.
Everything is better with
Friend
the
of the
dog.
studio.
He always barks at the gardener.
And that cat.
Oh, man.
We have our new Dan.
The views. It's not my fault. It's the microphone.
The views of JC do not represent the.
Do not reflect that of Beer Bros BS, nor its sponsors or
future affiliates.
Future affiliates.
Yeah, they're lining up, just knocking the door down.
They are. This is our year
to be affiliated.
This is really good, by the way.
I'm sorry, we should have brought the
talk into the penis.
We should have brought the surprise for it, but next time we'll do the game show maybe.
Yeah, because there will be more.
There will be more. I told her so.
So Jose, you got a topic for us?
Yes, the topic I have is UFC fighter Darren Till nearly goes blind and almost dies trying to cut weight for the Friday night UFC 130. He tried to lose about 11 pounds in 2 days before the weigh-in when he weighs 180 pounds. He was, the video shows that he was crawling on all fours, unable to stand, under layers of blankets and towels, looking like he's on a deathbed, collapsing on the treadmill, and telling his team that he's gone blind. He went on to fight either way, a little bit overweight, and he still won afterwards.
Okay.
See, and Tony's living
So
proof.
overweight guys can still win. Don't forget that.
So, and Tony's
Well,
living
a
proof.
little
You
bit
don't need
above their
vision
weight
to
class. It's like
perform.
182.
To get it done, right?
Yeah. So, just in time before we get to see CM Punk get his ass kicked again in the next.
So
pay-per-view.
it brings up the question: should fighters be actually doing all these ridiculous treatments to their bodies because this person was getting an enema?
If they want to get paid,
Yeah, but I mean, it
if they
should be
just want to fight for the love of it, they could go to a Walmart parking lot.
I know, but but you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to put your own life at risk for performing in the sport, though.
Right.
But you don't have to.
That's-
That's a personal choice. He could have gone and fought in a different weight class.
Free market.
Yeah,
could have fought in a different weight class. He could have gotten a job at Walmart.
It's
and then fought
no
people
difference.
at the
Like, you
parking lot
don't
for fun
have
after.
to take steroids, but if you choose to, that's your choice. I mean, you do it. I mean, hopefully you know the risk and you're doing it. You're educating yourself prior to doing it, and you know the
Are you
risk.
advocating for steroid use right now?
I'm not. I'm just saying
Only
that
if you wanna
they're
win.
all personal. They're all personal choices, is what I'm saying. So
He injects his dick all
losers
the
don't
time
take
with
them.
steroids.
That's all I'm saying.
You don't seem to mind.
No, I know.
Okay.
I don't
So,
need-
some more.
really enjoyed getting burned. Ooh, burned so good.
Oh yeah,
You should
he
see a
really.
doctor.
JC really gives it to me.
Unless you want another topic.
Nah, it's good.
Okay.
While everyone finishes up and gets ready for the fifth beer, I'll go.
Flying through these beers.
So I'm going to bring back a topic I haven't done in a while. Florida Man.
Yes.
The Adventures of Florida Man. Now, before I actually get into this, because we're going to get to our next
We
beer.
have to do the Florida Man theme song. Florida Man, Florida Man. It's the return of Florida Man. Boop-a-dee, boop, 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 boop.
Florida man.
Trademarked.
See?
Or is it copyrighted?
I didn't hear this on another podcast. However,
You must have missed it.
it would be funny if we did two headlines and it's which one's true, which one's false in regards to Florida.
Like my segment that I have, BS or not,
But Florida Man or not.
The Florida Man edition, yeah.
So while everyone... Okay,
which
so,
is coming back soon. BS or not, get ready. Episode
so
90.
evidently the reason that this shit happens in Florida is not because it only happens in Florida. It's because of the sunshine laws that make anything related to public agencies like police and law
They can't
enforcement.
disclose your identity. So
It is
Florida
open.
Man.
It is open to the public. So it's not like this doesn't happen in Alabama, Mississippi, Arizona, California. It's just
We're
that
just better at marketing it.
You're
We're
ruining
just-
the mystique of
we're
Florida.
just open.
The noisiest episode of Beer Bros.
Yeah.
No, that's a bad idea.
So, Florida Man. Deputy takes down Florida Man, threatening shoppers with a hammer by throwing 2 cans of Bush's extra brown sugar baked beans at him. Out of Panama City, Florida. A Bay County Sheriff's deputy threw 2 cans of beans and helped subdue a man threatening people with a hammer inside a grocery store. Authorities say 25-year-old Justin Tyler Stanford is charged with assault with a deadly weapon on an officer and other offenses. Florida man steals
The sequel.
7 animals from zoo
Seven
to
fast,
keep
7 Floridas.
to keep at his apartment.
Wait, what animals?
Out of Gainesville. Guess what 7 animals there were?
One was a gator,
A kangaroo?
A tiger.
a monkey.
A Florida panther.
Yes. There was a squirrel monkey. Also, there was 2 redfoot tortoises,
Platypus.
3 Florida box turtles, and I didn't know this was an animal. I thought it was a typo. A skink.
Yeah, it's a type of lizard, a reptile.
I was like, oh, that's a typo. Of course, they would have that in Gainesville.
How did he get away with all those? Like, did he just
Got
put
them all
them in
over Florida,
boxes?
baby.
What, skanks?
Evidently,
Those as well. Those are more prevalent than the skinks,
Santa Fe College police arrested Cedric T. Price at his apartment,
especially at FSU.
where they recovered 7 of the 11 stolen animals from the college teaching zoo within the last 2 weeks. College police and Alachua County Sheriff's Office said that 7 out of the 11 were returned. Florida man opens taco restaurant named in honor of El Chapo. Out of Gulfport,
Use the force.
evidently, this one is a little home to us. Evidently, the restaurant formerly known as Peg's
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
was later called Fish, and now will be called El Chapo.
Holy shit.
It must be a different Pegs then, because
Everett Dowd lived in Gulfport. Everett worked in a restaurant called Fish, which took over the spot in longstanding Peg's Cantina.
it must be that. Yeah.
Peg's
So
worked
that's
because it
Gulfport.
was a convenient indoor-outdoor Mexicanish restaurant. Didn't take it too seriously, but had good beer.
Yeah. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
That's where
yeah.
Cycle Brewing started.
Cycle.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Florida man
Thanks forever.
works as stripper to afford pet hyena.
Oh, JC, good job.
Hey, you know,
How's that hyena?
healthy.
So,
That stripper money's good.
so evidently, one of the few stories that come to us from Miami. A guy broke up with his boyfriend, wanted a furry companion.
So Miami.
Dan.
Oh, that's why Dan's not here?
Guy broke up with his boyfriend, wanted a furry companion. The animal dealer said he couldn't get him any dogs, but could get him 2 hyenas from New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey's overrun with hyenas.
The great hyena infestation of New Jersey.
So he worked for 2 weeks at a gay strip club in Fort Lauderdale. 2 weeks. And he earned about $400 a day. So it was enough for him to drive up to get a hyena to bring it down. And
The hyena killed him.
and he eventually, he kept it in his apartment. And obviously that didn't work out. So the hyena ended up he gave it away to whatever organization, and now he works at Zoo Miami.
Can't write this shit, folks.
Hyena
You can't make
short.
this up, folks.
I guess if that was like part of his application, he's like, I got a hyena.
And I'm a Guido.
Florida woman named Crystal Methvin arrested for possession of crystal meth out of St. Augustine.
That is fantastic.
That's pretty much the whole story.
Don't be a
it.
Don't be a statistic, kids.
Florida man attempts to rob store with finger guns out of Bonita Springs. It failed when the would-be robber pointed his finger like a gun and demanded cash from the register. I'm going to try and tweet this out after the episode because it is a fucking great picture. It's grainy as hell, but it's such a great picture. The guy put the shirt over his head and had his hands out.
Did you know that?
Was he Cornholio?
Actually,
I need TV for my
I
bungle.
actually learned this in my
Surrender your
securities class
bungles.
because the guy used to do the securities for the banks. If you tell a bank teller that you have a gun, even if you don't, like they'll fork you over the money. Of course, you're going to get arrested shortly after,
Yeah.
but
Not
They're-
if you're Ryan Gosling on a dirt bike.
that's true. Maybe, but yeah, they're still instructed to fork over the money either way.
And our final
Fork over the money.
Florida man. Florida man caught masturbating at bus stop claims he is Captain Kirk. Out of Clearwater, police say a man caught masturbating at Clearwater bus stop told him he was Captain Kirk. Clearwater police called to a bus stop on Gulf Bay Boulevard because of a report of lewd and lascivious act. Responding officers say that they found the man sitting on a bench touching himself under his shorts in an obvious that he was masturbating. When police officers asked what he was doing, the man told them, "I'm scratching myself." After the man was arrested, he declined to identify himself. The report states that the man told police his name was James Tiberius Kirk. The full name of the fictional Captain Kirk from Star Trek. Police say they later discovered his name was James Bundrick. The 56-year-old is now facing charge for providing a false name or identity to law enforcement.
But maybe they just heard him wrong.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was Kellen Winslow Jr.
Oof. Damn. Hi.
What is that in reference to?
Touch my penis.
Kellen Winslow Jr. was found masturbating at a Target parking lot, and when the officers caught him, he said that he just wanted some Boston Market. He was high out of his mind. Just
Maybe
masturbating.
he. You ever been so high? You masturbated so much you got high off of it?
No, I don't think
Have
that's
you
how
ever
it
been
works.
so high you masturbated so much you got high off of it? Maybe.
And then you got hungry.
Or have you ever wanted Boston Market so bad and then there wasn't one?
Then you have to
had
jerk off. I mean, man, they used to have like an Oreo brownie there. I would have jerked off.
Oh, Spyro mac and cheese. Oh, Spyro mac and
Fuck,
cheese.
man, I really want Kenny Rogers Roasters now.
Oh,
they don't,
finish with that meatloaf, baby.
they don't have that shit? All right, I gotta jerk off.
I need to boldly come where no man has come before.
Wasn't enough gravy. Need to make some.
And that brings us to our fifth beer of the night.
What a segue.
Yes.
To warp speed.
So, fifth beer of the night is Long Time Coming from
Obviously not a gardener.
from Torn Label Brewing Company out of Kansas City, Missouri. It's an imperial stout aged in some type of barrel. What type of barrel is it aged in?
Whiskey.
Thank you.
Wiki.
We love our whiskey.
Wiki.
We can like it, the wiki.
And that is all I have to say about that.
It's very good. It is spicy as fuck.
It's smoky, a little bit, like the aftertaste. Like that caramel.
Yeah. I don't mean spicy like hot spicy. I mean like that bite. That you
That's
get.
a spicy meatball,
Yeah.
JJ.
This barrel bites you. Right on your masturbation dingus.
If you're Kellen Winslow, evidently.
If you stick your dick in the bottle, that's what happens.
Yeah, it's a bit boozy.
Told the waitress I ain't tipping like hot sauce on my chicken. I put hot sauce on the titties.
Hot sauce on the tits.
I got broads in Atlanta.
Panda.
Panda,
Broads
panda,
in
panda.
Atlanta. Credit cards and the scanners.
Poop-de scoop. Scoopity poop. Poopity scoopity doo.
Get your poopy scoop.
Shibbity wubba dub 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 dub.
So Tony, you got a topic for us?
Great segue, guys.
Yes, thanks. I do have one. Oh, why the fuck is... Okay, I still can't read very well.
That's
Alex, help the man.
There's classes for that.
Yeah, there are programs to help you learn.
Fill it out, Tony. Fill it out.
But basically, I wanted to tell you guys about a...
Oh, we love you too, Tony.
I wanted to tell you guys about a goddamn hero, a man by the name of Dr. Donald L. Unger. And
Dr. Lunger.
And so, any knuckle crackers among us? I mean, there we go. So, you guys are probably... I like that.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty good.
On cue, except for Alex.
I hope that the mics picked that up. So you guys have probably heard, you shouldn't crack your knuckles because you'll end up with arthritis, right?
Yeah.
Never heard of
Calcium
that.
deposits.
Well,
You're gonna get arthritis anyways, guys.
well, here's the thing. So
Especially all this jerking off we do.
Dr. Donald L. Unger heard this, and he wasn't sure if that was true, so he conducted an experiment over 50 years of his life.
He sucked dick.
Yes.
And he got
also-
arthritis
Get lockjaw.
on his lips.
Therefore disproving that it's caused by cracking knuckles.
Arthritis on your lips.
Are you sure it wasn't just Arthur?
Has he called you lately, Jose?
Oh, we missed you, man.
I have a question. Why does this only happen when it's my topic, you guys?
It happens to JJ too.
I was gonna say, fuck, did you hear my last one?
You know the theme?
No, yours just puts people to sleep. Mine just like fucking always ends up off the rails.
Only the
People to
video
sleep,
game
you
ones.
put people to laugh. I just get the awkward 5 minutes of silence.
No,
Because,
Jose.
because your
literally
topic
put
is
someone to sleep.
usually like riding that line. It could fly off, and I usually peg you for last, towards the end.
Fuck, I'm sitting next to a guy in actual karate gi. Come on.
Well, that's right. So don't piss him off. Anyway, Donald Unger.
So after 50 years of sucking dick,
He spent 50 years not only sucking dick, but cracking the knuckles only on his left hand, but not on his right.
Don't want to waste the righty.
And guess what? He did not get arthritis in either hand. So,
Crack away.
Exactly, crack away. This is all the
Crack-a-lack.
scientific proof that I need, and yeah, go ahead and crack your knuckles. You'll be fine.
But if you're going to crack your knuckles, only do it on the left hand, just in case. Because this experiment only did it on the left hand. What if he did it on the right hand?
Could
He
never
would've-
touch his dick?
Yeah, if he did it on the right hand, maybe both his hands would have had arthritis.
Arthritis.
Or you could just take a corticosteroid and
That
you
too.
get arthritis and let the swelling go down.
Actually,
swelled up.
Actually, instead of arthritis, he would have gotten arthleftist.
And Tony with a pun.
We'd like to thank everyone for listening to the show. It was a good run. It was
This
terrible.
pun was very ambidextrous.
So I'm just curious. We have one more beer, right?
We do have your KBS. Though.
KBS.
You got a topic?
I do not. I did not come
I have
prepared.
a topic.
I didn't know I would be filling in for Dan.
Well, we're glad you're here.
At least you're not fixing computers.
Yeah, shout out to Dan, number one family electrician / IT support.
For all your electrical needs, dial
For 32 years in the South Florida area.
Hey, yo,
Evidently, he had emergency service to do at Corbett's tonight.
Yes.
Outside of Corbett's.
He's our IT guy, too.
In his bathroom.
I think he was working on the sign.
Or there was a surprise show at Culture Room.
He was cracking his knuckles.
On the left hand only.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to entertainment news. Last time I was on the show, we talked about Kanye, right? We talked about Kanye and his crazy ass.
Yep.
Well, Kanye's working on 4 albums, 2 of which have already dropped. The first one was Pusha T's Daytona, a 7-song album produced exclusively by Kanye West. And the album got a lot of attention after on the last track, Infrared, Pusha T goes after the Cash Money, Young Money group and does some subliminal hits at Drake, none other than Drake. Drake bites on this, and within 24 hours, perhaps the quickest ever reply, he does the Duppy freestyle, where he makes fun of Pusha T's age, his fiance, and pretty much, just sort of sets the tone as to what's fair game in this coming rap beef. And it's still in the first round, but it looks like it's already over because Pusha T landed a knockout punch with his track called Adidon. Now Adidon or Adidon was an attack on all fronts. This is actually an incredibly masterful use of social media and the internet to really, really disrespect the fuck out of Drake. So once Drake kind of crossed the line and made the issues personal, Pusha T's initial jabs at Drake were regarding him using a ghostwriter, right? The line reads something like, it was written like Nas, but it came from Quentin Miller being the ghostwriter that Drake uses, or one of. Now, after Drake made fun of his fiance, Pusha T decided like, all right, well, so let's talk about your personal life. And in a much more eloquent way, he basically goes, well, you want to make fun of, me being old and being behind this guy, saying that, Pusha T is 41 and he's working behind Kanye West, who I believe is 35. Pusha T is like, well, you're a total fraud, man. Check this out. Your best friend is dying. His best friend being Noah 40, who has, I believe, multiple sclerosis. And then he's like, oh, and your mom's not married. Your dad doesn't love you. Your No. Your baby's mother is a porn star, and you don't even visit the kid. Like, you don't even hang out with the kid. You hid this kid from everybody. And it's so damning. It's so damning because Drake has a few lines in several songs where he's like, oh, imagine me having a kid and still kidding around. And it's like, well, guess what? You did have a kid. On top of the scathing diss that just exposes the fraud that Drake really is. I mean, everybody knew he had ghostwriters. Everybody knew he was a child actor. Everybody knows he's Canadian. Pusha got even a little bit more personal by highlighting Drake's racial insecurities. The photo that was released alongside the diss track was a photo of Drake in 2008 in blackface. So imagine a black actor in blackface wearing one of the shirts of the racist crows from Disney. And so this is the cover of
Drake had to do some explaining after that.
He did. He actually had to apologize. Pusha T dissed Drake so bad that Drake had to apologize. And in fact, it's already been a week and he hasn't replied to that, to Pusha T's outright diss.
There's a saying in
and
Spanish.
It gets even. Go ahead.
There's a saying in Spanish: "Play with the chain, not the monkey." I didn't mean that way. Oh my God, no.
Taking a bad situation, making it worse.
The views of Jose do not represent.
What's happening here, man? Say it in Spanish, though.
To make things worse. It sounds less.
It can't get worse than that.
Oh no! To make things worse, Adidon, which is also a reference to the love child's name Adonis, was going to be the name of Drake's new line with Adidas. So Pusha T has essentially tanked that endeavor by now making it associated with this rap beef that Drake lost. So whenever anybody goes to search for, just do a Google search of Adidon, yeah, you might get Drake's new shoes, but you're also going to get that picture of him in blackface. Yeah, destroyed him.
Yeah, your Google search,
you
the
brought
Google
the
rankings
scoops this week.
The Google
He
rankings
really
are
did.
gonna
And
go all
the best
way
part
up.
was it was taking rap back to some
No,
old school
you know
90s
what? The
style
best part
rap,
was
which
that
is
it
the
was
best
all-
part of
it
that's the
was all
best part
Drake.
about it.
It was all Drake's fault to begin with. If he didn't fuck so hard with it and cross that line,
Well, the thing was that initially Pusha T never even called Drake out by name. Drake bit. Drake took the bait, and like Pusha T was laying in wait with what he called truths. He's like, I'm just gonna speak truths. Nothing I'm saying is gonna be a lie. This is all just gonna be true, and it's gonna hurt. Here you go. You said he's like, oh, you never grew out your hair because
he can't.
because you thought your fro wasn't nappy enough. Highlighting again his racial insecurities. Drake, of course, is biracial. Pointing out that he fathered a child with a porn star, and also that he doesn't really care for the child. And the funny way that the way that Pusha T put it is he sort of pleads with Drake. He's like, oh, you should make that girl your world. Like, who cares if she's a porn star? You should make her your world and love that child. He deserves more than just an Adidas press release. Just really kind of like, oh, you're such a sensitive guy. Like, where's the sensitivity here? It was really well done. Really well done. It's the first. I mean, a lot of people have come at Drake. Common, Meek Mills. A lot of people come at Drake, and everybody takes the same angle, saying like, "Oh, what street cred do you really have? You're a child actor. You have ghostwriters.
Oh, he's Canadian. That's all you have to say.
He's Canadian, right? Everybody goes at the obvious stuff, and Pusha T really just unearthed a lot of dirt that Drake was keeping under wraps.
No disrespect to our Canadian listeners for Beer Bros BS.
All four of you.
Yeah, definitely
We're
not.
kidding. It's two of you.
We don't got no Canadian thugs coming out. Let's just be honest.
What you talking about?
Yeah.
we got Canadian
No,
hillbillies,
talking
but not thugs.
That's only a Canada thing. A boot.
Talking about. What are you talking about, eh?
What are you talking about,
All right. Besides that,
Come on, Tim Horton.
Yeah, maple syrup and leaving your door unlocked.
Come on, Tim Horton.
And Labatt's Blue.
And hockey. They're good at hockey.
And throwing shit at the waiters in fucking Tim Hortons. Have you seen that
Yes.
video?
Talking about Kanye. He's having that listen party tonight
That's
in
right.
Wynwood.
Tonight at RC Cola. Started at 7:00. Wyoming and Miami.
Yeah, I've heard about that. People
here I
are
am
just
with
like
you guys.
flocking in to hear this album from this guy.
Yeah, so these four projects that Kanye has coming out are from a hiatus he had in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, where he invited these artists to come and work with him on these albums. Among the Pusha T and his own solo album, Kanye also worked on Nas's first album in I don't know how many years, as well as a collab album with Kid Cudi, Kanye West and Kid Cudi, and that actually comes out Friday, June 8th. So 2 days from when we're recording this, 4 days after.
After that comes out, you'll hear this.
Now here I'm wondering because he comes out and Kanye does and he starts talking about his bipolarness. Now, do you think he's working on all these albums? Do you think everybody gets the same personality? Do you think like?
It's hard to say. The cover of his new albums has gotten some flack. I think it's pretty interesting the way he says. He's like, in green highlighter kind of writing. It says, "I hate being bipolar. It's awesome." And then the cover art is really just a picture of mountains, right? And I think it's a perfect symbol because mountains are peaks and valleys.
Highs and lows, yeah.
Yeah, and that's manic bipolar.
Damn. You brought the heat. Welcome back, Alex.
Hey, thanks.
Good
guys.
shit.
Thanks.
Now, do you think when he has these weird things that he does, do you think he's off his meds as some people have suggested? Do you think he's just having ups and downs, or do you think it's because he's messing with his medications and stuff? And I only say that because I have friends who are bipolar, and I've noticed that when they do mess with their medications, man, they're all over the place. They get erratic.
It's so tough to say, JC, because my initial reaction is that this guy is brilliant in the way that he's capitalizing on his mental illness. So if in fact he does have a mental illness, he's capitalizing on it.
Well, but that's recent. He just came out with that recently in the last year, I would say.
To be honest, I would say that since Yeezus, that he was showing signs of some sort of mental illness. The subject matter, the way he was behaving, there were definitely some underlying factors where I was like, this guy is on something he's on something or something's going on. But yeah, my initial reaction is that this guy's a genius because if in fact he does have a mental illness, he's turned it into a marketing scheme.
Well, but you can be a genius and have a mental illness. One doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the
that's
other.
Something that Kanye says is that one genius that isn't crazy. That's actually a Kanye line. That's from,
I know.
Yeah,
The Life of Pablo. So, kudos to him. Is this performance art? If it is, again, this is really, really.
Well, I think
brilliant.
MTV Awards 2 years ago was definitely performance art.
I think Kanye is the kind of person that his entire life is a performance piece. So whatever he's going through, just look his art draws on his personal experience heavily. If you look at the progression of his albums, you have the whole college series from College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, and then his mother passes away, and you have 808s and Heartbreak. And so there you see a shift in the you see a shift in his art, in his aesthetic, and then you get another shift with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, where I think that's when he started to really started to become much more hedonistic. There was definitely something very soulful in his first three major label releases. In fact, he was still kind of pioneering the chipmunk soul. He started to get a little bit more electronic with Graduation, and we see that kind of come to fruition in Yeezus. This guy's discography is great. Like, the whole catalog is great. He's had a really interesting progression.
He's a modern day Miles Davis.
It's an interesting comparison. I never really thought of it that way. I like you touched upon his mom, because I always found that I really thought that was very a turning point for him in his life, where I felt that's at that point he really went somewhere else, where everything else was a natural progression, and then after his mother's death, it was like a really hard turn.
Absolutely, yeah.
And obviously you would think it. Yeah, yeah.
And then you get Yeezus is where just there's like some serious delusions. Referencing, calling yourself a god. Like there's some serious delusions. Like he's losing touch with reality on Yeezus.
I mean, the Beatles did that.
Or maybe it's a different. I mean, it could be a different reality. Like I can't fathom what it's like to be in his position, right? The attention he gets, the influence he wields.
Well, and that's something I've always thought is like
artist too. You're fucking Kim Kardashian,
well,
so
whatever. Well, I mean, she's whatever.
Well, but that's pure marketing as well,
right?
They live their lives for a certain aesthetic. Like it's a certain image, it's a certain. And it's all about an image. It's all about marketing. It's all about side businesses that they create.
Well, that's what I think sometimes though. When you a lot of people call him a genius, and sometimes I mean, listen, that's a broad term, and you could. I'm not going to debate that he is or he isn't, but I question sometimes how much of it is, wow, he's revolutionary versus he's just doing things that are so out there for attention, for the marketing, and then it's considered genius because you went so far out there and like poop scoop. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to call that fucking genius. I call that like ego. Like, I'm going to just say this shit because I'm Kanye and people are going to eat it up. And yeah, people do eat it up because there's a lot of simple minds out there.
We're on the verge. We're on the verge. It's like that meme that it was, one day Kanye's going to release a blank CD and tell his fans to imagine the music. And they're going to say,
but that's
if anybody's going to do it, he definfinitely will. I don't
That's
doubt
already
that.
happened.
You know,
I forget the name of the artist, but it's like 3
oh
minutes.
no, somebody dropped the silent album where it's like, however many hours of silence or something.
But there's another album with a track that's just complete silence too. Which listen to us because we may do that first.
The silent podcast.
Just skip ahead to my.
You could really do that.
That would be a good episode. That should be episode like 99.
The April Fool's episode. And that brings us to our final beer of the night. Founders KBS Kentucky Bourbon Stout. A flavored stout aged with chocolate and coffee in bourbon barrels.
Sound like the
Good for everything a flavored stout is good for.
12.3% alcohol by volume. Coming to us from the Beer City, USA, Grand Rapids.
Shout out to Lauren, our founders rep down here in South Florida.
Hey, Lauren, saw her
We love
last
you, Lauren.
Thursday.
One of the best people ever, man. She's a sweetheart. Love hanging
Lauren's
with her.
great.
You get a little bit of the green pepper.
And this is a 2018 edition. Because we had previously 2014.
I get the chocolate. It's definitely a little bit sweeter than the previous barrel aged offering we had.
Yeah, a bit smoother.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys, what burns your bacon? JJ, what burns your bacon?
All right. I'm going to go with the adhesive that they put on either toilet paper or paper towels when you initially open them to get the first piece off.
Yes.
Like
I know what you're talking about.
Sometimes they put too much, and then when you try and undo, especially paper towels, I've noticed, not so as much with toilet paper, but with paper towels, and then you try and take it. And
yeah, you try and take it, don't you?
I take it,
You
and then
take it.
I try and rip off just the one part, but then it goes into the next
You
layer.
rip through like 10 layers, yeah.
So
I
JJ,
fucking hate that shit
so
too.
you're telling us you hate when you get like something sticky and adhesive and it dries in the paper towel?
Yes,
Yes.
but I don't use the whole roll. But for this particular thing, or with toilet paper, it happens sometimes when you do that first sheet and then it tears through the next like several.
Three
Yeah, And
cycles.
it's very-
Cycles.
shit sucks, and that burns my bacon.
Tony, what burns your bacon?
I'll tell you. Have you guys all seen Solo?
I have.
No,
Twice.
I have not.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. In Solo,
You're gonna hear it anyway, motherfucker.
I don't care. It's all good.
That was
Does
fun.
he have a cape?
Lando does. He's got many capes.
So it-
Spoilers.
Is it about Han Solo?
No, it's about red Solo cups.
Oh.
yeah. In the,
Solo, a drunk story.
in the movie Solo, Woody Harrelson's character is named Tobias Beckett, and I'm just like, what was fucking Albert Smith not available because fucking it's the most earth boring ass regular name they could have chosen, and why couldn't they have given him a Star Wars sounding name?
I don't know. Just think Arrested Development when I hear Tobias.
Yeah, Tobias.
Well, I mean, if you want to complain about any name in that movie, the worst name is Han Solo.
Or at least how it's given.
And you'll get it when you see the movie.
Anyway, that burned my bacon.
Hot Hans.
Jose, what burns
And-
your bacon?
when
It's Han.
you only have two methods of payment at a legal office, either being credit cards and debit cards,
Or ass.
or money order and checks. And then when you go there,
Or
you don't.
avocados.
When you go there to pay with
For
the,
avocados.
Or abunigas.
when you go there to pay with a debit card, the debit card machine goes out, and you don't have any fucking checks.
But can't you just pay with credit, though?
No, you can't because the credit machine was out too.
You said the debit.
Well, the credit and debit.
The card machine.
The card machine was out. So you had to go out, get your checkbook.
So where did this happen?
The Department of Agriculture and Licensing.
Of course.
Damn bureaucracies.
Fucking all their shit's outdated. They're still running off fucking DOS.
Okay. JC, you got a...
Yeah, dude, I was just annoyed today on the highway. I really it burns my bacon when people like to leave 4 car spaces between them and the car in front of them when you're in slow traffic on the highway.
Or any time at all.
Well, anytime, but I can let it slide a little bit more when you're at high speed. They're being cautious. But when you're traveling 20 miles an hour on 836, 826, or any goddamn expressway,
you're being dangerous.
You don't need 4 car links in front of you because all you're allowing is everybody else to get in front of you and us to not go anywhere.
Yeah, think about the people behind you when
Especially
you're
in the
driving.
center lane or in the left lane, which is where it most often happens. What were you saying? I'm sorry?
Yeah, think about the people behind you when you're driving. Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to be nice and let somebody in front of you. What about the person behind you?
Yeah, they
You
want
just
to be
let that-
somewhere too.
You let that person not only in front of you, but in front of you and everyone behind you.
No doubt.
Goddamn right.
For me, it's just the weather. It's either fucking hot as hell
Or
cold as shit.
Shit, bro.
or raining.
Every fucking
I was going
day
to say, when is it
for a
cold
week.
as shit here?
Past
Any-
3 days
any-
have been hot
anytime-
as fucking vagina.
Anytime, yeah, hot as vagina. It dipped, anytime it dips under 65.
What about you, Alex?
How about under
What burns your
69?
bacon?
You know what? Yeah. You know what burns my bacon? When I tag you in a fucking photo on Instagram and you're like, oh, I can't see it. It's private. Fucking follow it or just don't reply like a normal human being. Don't fucking be like, oh, I can't see it. You know what to do to remedy the situation.
Well, here's the
If
You're
you
fucking
wanna
thing, though.
you're making JJ feel really uncomfortable
But
as you say
I have a
that.
response
Looking
to
at
this
him.
because why would you forward something if everyone who has to see it already follows it?
Because he doesn't know that you don't
If you
know.
follow it, it doesn't
don't
necessarily
follow it.
mean you saw it.
True. Depends on how often you're on. Instagram
those
does flip around
goddamn
story
it.
times. They're all not
Algorithms.
chronological.
Also, maybe you saw it and you liked it, and maybe you'd like to revisit it. I don't know. I'm just saying. Hey guys, thought of you. This is funny. If I'm sharing it with you, it's probably funny, or gross, or both, or disturbing. Can be disturbing.
Or all of the
Floppy,
above.
floppy.
Your nature
Friendly,
is metal.
disturbing, gross.
Nature is metal. At nature is metal.
That's a great fucking
fucking
page.
dope.
I
Everybody
love that.
loves the cute animals. Nobody likes it when a fucking hyena rips open a baby hippo.
But not the ones that are in apartments in Miami Beach.
Yep. No, the only one that I had trouble with is getting shithead Steve to follow me back so I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, look.
He is called Shithead
If
Steve
I
now.
share something with you
I try to follow
And-
and then it takes forever.
and you can't see it, look, just let it go. Just let it go, whatever. But don't tell me, oh, I can't see it. Fucking follow it.
Well, no, because then if you fucking
Oh, you're worried about your follower numbers? Oh, you're worried
no,
about...
then I'm not going to follow something that I don't want to follow just to see one thing. And plus,
well, you don't know if you
Follow
want to
it,
follow
then
it or not.
unfollow it.
Yeah, you could always unfollow it later.
and you got to
you
wait
be-
for them to approve you. Fuck you.
That's
Like,
why
you
I'm
know,
saying, but don't even tell me. See, but Tony, that's what I'm saying is, fine, just don't tell me anything. Just let it go. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Letting it go. Yeah,
Let
that's
it
what
go.
a normal person does. What I hate is like, oh, I can't see it. Follow it. If you can't see it and you want to see it, follow it.
follow.
Follow the leader. Follow
Ladies
the
and gentlemen, welcome back,
Fuck.
Alex Reyes, to the
Follow,
podcast.
follow. If you want to
Just
see
don't
the
fucking
picture,
complain
go
to me about
follow.
it. I'm trying to show you something funny. Don't fucking complain to me about it.
And follow us at Beer Bros BS on Instagram.
And we're public, so
And
you don't have
Twitter.
to fucking be approved or anything.
And we're funny, disgusting, and disturbing all
Unless
at the
we
same
make
time.
On
a-
Instagram, you'll see lots of pictures of beer.
Unless we
and-
make a Beer Bros
so-
BS semi-nude account.
Semi-nude account. And it's pictures of us.
Just nudes of all
By
of us.
semi-nude, Jose's going nude from the waist down.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to the show, JC. You have to put a nude on the profile on the website.
That's fine.
Okay.
So let me ask you guys, what was your favorite beer of the night?
The more fruit IPA.
Yeah, the
Fruited passion fruit guava citron.
That one. Amazing.
guava and cheese.
That shit was 5 stars.
Yeah, that was really good. That was the best one.
5 stars.
So like I said,
I'll
remember...
be different. I like the Logsdon.
Yeah.
Which one?
The Logsdon, the farmhouse ale. I like it. It was smooth. Now
The
the
wit
fruit
beer.
one was great. I could have that for breakfast.
It was very
It felt like a breakfast beer. It would go great with champagne. I think. Yeah,
so too.
I think so too. Yeah, definitely.
All the beers were
A nice
excellent.
beer mosa.
All the beers were
I
excellent.
would definitely put it as a second. It was just felt more like a fruit juice to me than a beer.
So remember, guys, everyone make sure to please follow us on Facebook.com/BeerBrosBS. Follow us on Untapped Beer Bros BS. On Twitter and Instagram, guess what? At Beer Bros BS. You can find everything on our website, beerbrosbs.com. Send us your ideas, questions, concerns, insults, jokes, beerbrosbs@gmail.com.
Whoa.
And send us
Nudes.
to where?
I don't know. To,
Nudes
to
at
that.
Beer Bros.
Nudes at beerbrosbs.com.
BS.com.
Oh, very cool.
It exists.
Very cool.
It should work.
Your dream,
And we also have cleavage.
your
at-
dream came true, Alex.
Don't we have cleavage also?
Hey JJ, what's going on? Why are you so violent? You got a corkscrew in your
Nudes, just
hand. You're
nudes,
ready to
okay.
attack somebody.
Remember to subscribe to the show on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Blubbery, Overcast, Kodi, uBook, Player FM, Podcast Addict, Microsoft Podcast App, Digital Podcast, Listen Notes, Podbean, Podcast Blaster, Radio Public,
Wherever you listen to podcasts.
Google
Podcast
Play
services.
Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube. We're still working on Spotify.
I'd like to play with your Podbean.
Thanks for listening. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian.
JC Can over here, filling in for Dan.
Alex, the king of Alapata.
Tony.
JJ, the middle chef.
Jose.
All right, good night, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, shit.
Ding.
Beer bro.
Beer bro.